Hello everyone, this is Charles Folkart. It's October 6th, 2016. The title of this video is There's Been Fraud in the Presidential Debates Since at least 1988. And many of you know I don't vote. I haven't voted since 1992. And that was when I voted for Ross Perot. Back then I didn't know what I know now. There's no way I'm going to vote. You don't have a choice. And it is just a waste of time for you to vote for the president, in my opinion. And I was thinking about these debates. I don't watch the debates, but I've heard that and I've seen the videos claiming that Hillary Clinton was involved in fraud in the debate. You can find the videos online that explain her podium was custom made. She had a prompter in her podium. She was handed the questions ahead of time. And I got to thinking about this, who handles the debates, CNN, Fox News, and then whoever it is, ABC, it's all the same. They're all anti-Trump, just like they were anti-Perot back in 92, I believe that was. I got to thinking about, the League of Women Voters used to hold the debates. They used to host the debates. And I remember that, so I got to thinking, when was the last time the League of Women Voters, who are nonpartisan, they're not for one candidate or the other, and they held, from what most people would say, I believe, at least at that time, that they had an unbiased, fair debates between the presidential candidates. And I was asking myself, what caused the League of Women Voters to stop hosting the debates? So I did a search, and this is what I found. So I'm here at the website of the League of Women Voters, and there's an article, a news release, dated October 3rd, 1988. That's so over 28 years ago, and it's a short little article, so I'm going to read the whole thing. It says, the League refuses to help perpetuate a fraud, in quotes, withdraw support from final presidential debate. Quote, the League of Women Voters is withdrawing its sponsorship of the presidential debate scheduled for mid-October because the demands of the two campaign organizations would perpetuate a fraud on the American voter, end quote. League President Nancy M. Newman said today. Quote, it has become clear to us that the candidates' organizations aim to add debates to their list of campaign trail charades devoid of substance, spontaneity, and honest answers to tough questions, said Newman. The League has no intention of becoming an accessory to the hoodwinking of the American public. And I read that and I said, boy, oh boy, nothing's changed. There's nothing new under the sun. And when was the last time that we've had a debate that had any substance, that was spontaneous, and that we got honest answers to tough questions? I think honest answers from a politician is an oxymoron. So we have the problem of potential fraud perpetuated on the American people going back at least 28 years. So let's continue reading here. Newman said that the campaigns presented the League with their debate agreement on September the 28th, 2 weeks before the scheduled debate. The campaign's agreement was negotiated, quote, behind closed doors and was presented to the League as, quote, a done deal, she said. It's 16 pages of conditions not subject to negotiation. Most objectionable to the League, said Newman, were conditions in the agreement that gave the campaign unprecedented control over the proceedings. I'm sorry, the campaign's unprecedented control over the proceedings. Newman called, quote, outrageous the campaign's demands that they control the selection of questionnaires, the composition of the audience, hall access for press, and other issues. And she goes on, the campaign's agreement is a closed-door masterpiece. Never in the history of the League of Women Voters have two candidates' organizations come to us with such stringent, unyielding, and self-serving demands. Newman said she and the League regretted that the American people have had no real opportunities to judge the presidential nominees outside of campaign-controlled environments. On the threshold of a new millennium, this country remains the brightest hope for all who cherish free speech and open debate. Newman said, quote, Americans deserve to see and hear the men who would be president face each other in a debate on the hard and complex issues critical to our progress into the next century. And Newman issued a final challenge to both Vice President Bush and Governor Dukakis to, quote, rise above your handlers and agree to join us in presenting the fair and full discussion the American public expects of a League of Women Voters debate. Well, there you have it, folks. You've been, for the last 28 years, according to the League of Women Voters, there's been a fraud perpetuated on the American people because the campaigns have been in charge of the debates. And if this campaign doesn't give you enough evidence for you to convince yourself that the whole thing is a charade, and those are the words of the League of Women Voters, and you're not getting an honest debate, and they're not answering the tough questions. They're not answering tough questions to important issues. You're getting fluff and things that don't matter. Anyway, I wanted to bring it to your attention that back in 1988, the League of Women Voters said, that's it, we're not going to perpetuate a fraud on the American people. And I believe for the last 28 years, that's exactly what's happened. So, folks, doesn't matter who gets in as president. Nothing's going to change. The same Skypes control everything, and they're buying up everything. And before you know it, they're gonna control everything. And when you begin to realize that the answer is not found in a new president or in the voting process, we're going to be way ahead of the game. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, those of you who have. And I wish you the best. See ya.